It finally happened. After years of silence, subliminal posts, and fan-fueled drama, Selena Gomez may have just dropped her boldest message yet, and no, it's not an Instagram caption or a casual interview soundbite. It's a song, a raw, emotional, and deeply personal track that's igniting the internet like wildfire. The track? Don't take it personally. The reaction? Nuclear. In just hours, TikTok was flooded. Tweets were dissecting every lyric, and fan pages? Fully convinced that this wasn't just music, it was a confession, a warning, a statement aimed directly at Hailey Bieber. And the timing? Wild, because while Selena is celebrating her engagement to Benny Blanco, the Biebers just entered full-on parenthood mode with the arrival of their baby, Jack. It's like a love story in a Cold War unfolding on parallel timelines, but what's got everyone spiraling? It's not just the lyrics, it's tone, the delivery, the way Selena sings, "He sleeps in my bed. I met his parents, it's official." That's not just a line. That's a dagger wrapped in a melody. And then there's the chorus that sounds like a kiss-off and a victory lap all in one. Please don't take it personally. Some things are just meant to be. No names are mentioned. No shade is directly thrown, but the vibe? Undeniable. So is this a subtle middle finger wrapped in poetic heartbreak? A final goodbye to the Jelena Hailey narrative? Or are we all just addicted to drama that the artists themselves left behind? In this video, we're breaking it all down line by line, post by post, and reaction by reaction. From Selena's lyrical choices to Hailey's rumored response, to the deeper fan theories claiming this is the final chapter in a decade-long obsession. Let's unpack the most dissected song of 2025 because this story is way bigger than just a love triangle dot. It started with a beat drop, but it didn't take long for the internet to realize this wasn't just another Selena Gomez song. This was a loaded weapon dressed as a love ballad. On March 21st, 2025, Selena released her fourth studio album, I Said I Love You First, a project created alongside her now-fiancé Benny Blanco. But while fans were expecting heartfelt lyrics, romantic vibes, and pop excellence, what they got was something much more explosive. The album itself is a masterclass in genre bending. With 14 tracks, it dances between Latin-infused bops and hyperpop breakdowns, featuring heavyweights like Gracie Abrams, J Balvin, and Charlie XCX. And while the entire rollout was celebrated by fans for its versatility, one track stopped everyone. In their track dot, it was tucked near the end of the album, almost hidden. But when Don't Take It Personally hit streaming, the internet collectively lost its mind. TikTok blew up within minutes. Twitter threads lit up with lyrical breakdowns, screenshots, and accusations. Some fans called it the most savage Selena track since Lose You to Love Me. Others went even further, calling it a subtle character assassination delivered with a smile. Why? Because to many, the lyrics weren't just emotional, they were targeted. Lines like, I know the two of, you used to talk like every day, and ever since I came around, it hasn't been the same. You probably got a dartboard of my face right in the middle. He sleeps in my bed, I met his parents, it's official. These weren't just confessions, they sounded like receipts. Delivered calmly, almost sweetly, but with the quiet. Force is someone who's finally done holding back, and just like that, theories exploded. Was this about Hailey Bieber? Was this the final chapter of a drama fans have followed for over a decade? Or was Selena simply speaking her truth in the most elegant, devastating way possible? As fans dissected every syllable, one thing became crystal clear: this wasn't random. The track's placement near the end of the album felt strategic. It followed several songs about her journey with Benny Blanco, healing, hope, love, and then suddenly dropped Don't Take It Personally, as if confronting the ghost of relationships past right before the final goodbye dot. And then there was the silence, because while fans screamed, posted, and speculated Selena, she said nothing. No statement, no clarification, just music, which of course only made things louder. Up next, we dive into the fan theories, media breakdowns, and the line that made half of TikTok scream, because this isn't just a song anymore. It's a cultural moment. The moment the chorus hit, TikTok lost all composure. Please don't take it personally. Some things are just meant to be. Don't waste all your energy. We both know that he loves me. To casual listeners, it might have sounded like a classic breakup anthem, but to the fans, it was war paint. They weren't just hearing heartbreak, they were hearing closure laced with quiet dominance. The calm confidence in Selena's voice? That's what shook everyone out immediately. Fan edits exploded online. Side-by-side clips of Selena and Hailey, captioned tweets, Instagram deep dives. People weren't just reacting, they were investigating. And the line that truly broke the internet? "You probably got a dartboard of my face right in the middle." That wasn't a lyric, that was a cultural moment. Fans called it the new definition of soft savagery, an insult delivered without even raising her voice. Within hours, hashtags like hashtag Selena said it, hashtag Don single quotes T take it personally, and hashtag dartboard line were trending globally. Stan Twitter went full detective mode. Theories began spiraling. Was the entire song written as a response to years of comparison? Was Selena finally addressing the unspoken tension with Hailey Bieber? Was this her way of saying, "I won," quietly, elegantly, and publicly? The media didn't wait long to jump in. Elite Daily ran a headline calling the song a surgical read. Popbase posted a side-by-side of Selena's lyrics with Hailey's past Instagram captions. Daily Mail published a full analysis connecting the lines to moments in the Selena-Justin-Hailey triangle. And J14 magazine dropped the spiciest take yet, suggesting that Selena had officially retired her "Kill Them with Kindness" era and replaced it with "Kill Them with Lyrics." Even critics who weren't sold on the album as a whole couldn't ignore the impact. Pitchfork called the overall project scattershot, but admitted that "Don't Take It Personally" was the standout moment, purely because of the public reaction. It caused but then came the curveball. Selena's own words in album commentary. She claimed the track wasn't about her at all, that it was inspired by a story told to her, something she deeply related to, but not her own experience. This song is actually someone else's story. But yes, I was the person it happened to. Wait, what? Fans were confused, intrigued, and obsessed. Was she deflecting to protect her peace? Or was this a genius PR move to keep things vague and mysterious? Because let's be honest, nothing fuels a pop culture fire like plausible deniability, and if that's what Selena was doing, it worked. Up next, we explore how this one song unraveled an entire decade of history, because to truly understand the obsession, the heartbreak, and the chaos, we need to rewind all the way to Selena and Justin's first IHOP date. To truly understand why Don't Take It Personally sent shockwaves through pop culture, we need to rewind to where it all began. Because before there was Hailey, before there was Benny, before all the Instagram wars and TikTok theories, there was Jelena. It was late 2010 when rumors started swirling. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber were spotted grabbing pancakes at an IHOP. Selena brushed it off. It was just breakfast. But fans, they weren't buying it. By New Year's Eve 2010, they were photographed on a yacht in St. Lucia. By February 2011, they hard-launched their relationship on the Vanity Fair Oscars red carpet. Two global superstars. One whirlwind love story, and the internet never recovered. For years, their relationship was the heartbeat of pop culture. Every kiss, every cryptic tweet, every emotional lyric. Fans documented it all. They were young, messy, passionate, and impossibly famous. Justin rented out the entire Staples Center for a Titanic-themed date night. Selena dedicated songs like Love Will Remember to him. Their love story was intense, chaotic, and deeply public, but that kind of fire doesn't burn clean. By 2012, the cracks began to show. Trust issues, long distance, tabloid pressure. They broke up, got back together, and broke up again on repeat. Their final reconnection came in 2017, after Selena's kidney transplant, when the two were photographed riding bikes and attending church together. For a brief moment, it looked like they had found their way back, but it didn't last. In March 2018, Selena and Justin ended things for good. And just 4 months later, Justin was engaged to Hailey Baldwin. Fans were stunned. The speed, the silence, the shift. It felt like the ending had been written for them and they weren't ready. This is where the emotional undercurrent of Don't Take It Personally hits hardest. Because it's not just about who ended up with who. It's about a generation that grew up believing in Jelena, only to watch it dissolve into wedding bells for someone else. Selena later opened up about that heartbreak in her Apple TV Plus documentary. My Mind and Me, she called it the best thing that ever happened to her, but also admitted it nearly broke her. I felt haunted by a past relationship that no one wanted to let go of. I had to go through the worst heartbreak possible. But it freed me. That's the version of Selena fans carry with them. The one who survived the storm, healed, and kept her heart open long enough to find something real with Benny Blanco dots. So when she sings, "Don't waste all your energy," we both know that he loves me. It's not just a lyric, it's closure. It's confidence. It's the final page in a love story fans were never ready to stop rooting. And now, with Hailey in full motherhood mode and Selena planning a wedding of her own, the triangle that shaped a generation is finally shifting. Or is it? Because the next chapter isn't just about the past. It's about the obsession, the copies, and the conspiracies fans swear they've uncovered. Up next, we dive into the internet's wildest theory: is Hailey Bieber obsessed with Selena Gomez? This is where the story shifts from romantic history to psychological thriller. Because of "Don't Take It Personally" was the spark, then Stan Twitter poured gasoline on the fire. What started as a breakup ballad became the centerpiece of a much deeper, more disturbing fan theory. A theory that's been lurking online for years. A theory that's resurfaced every time Hailey Bieber wore a look that felt familiar, or posted a TikTok that echoed Selena's tone, or launched a show that bore eerie resemblance to Selena plus Chef. The theory that Hailey Bieber isn't just caught in the narrative. She's obsessed with it, and not just with Justin. With Selena Gomez. This isn't your average fan drama. This is full-blown digital detective mode. Entire TikTok series, some spanning 7 parts, have racked up millions of views, laying out what fans claim is a decade-long breadcrumb trail of subtle imitation. They point to moments like Hailey attending Justin's "Never Say Never" premiere in 2011 as a fan, tweets from her teenage years calling #JELENA her teenage dream, a suspiciously timed G tattoo behind her ear mirroring Selena's tribute to her sister Gracie, her cooking show complete with her grandmother as a guest dropping 2 years after Selena's, identical fashion moments: white mini dresses with high socks, Balenciaga turtlenecks with black jeans, sleek updos, and gowns that mirror Selena's, red carpet looks. It all culminates in a digital collage of side-by-side receipts, tagged "Coincidence?" and often ending with the same question: is Hailey Bieber just inspired, or is this something deeper? Some fans even cite an old DM exchange with a Justin superfan who claims Hailey once messaged her asking for his hotel details, suggesting that even before they officially met, Hailey was strategically placing herself near him. And the line "and don't take it personally" that reopened this rabbit hole? "You probably got a dartboard of my face right in the middle." That's the lyric that felt like it was aimed straight at these theories. Fans took it as confirmation of everything they've suspected. That Selena knows. That she's seen the content. That she's watched her old looks, her old photos, her old interviews, echoing from someone else's feed. And the timing couldn't be more perfect or more damning. Selena is in love. Hailey is a new mom. The world should be celebrating peace. But instead, the narrative is spinning faster than ever. Because even though both women have denied any feud, fans seem unwilling to let it go. Every matching outfit, every quote, every social media move gets dissected and time-stamped. And while Selena stays silent and Hailey pleads to be left alone, the internet continues asking the same question: who's really obsessed with who? Because while Hailey is the one getting accused, fans are the ones keeping the theory alive, building timelines like it's a true crime documentary. And honestly, in this parasocial circus, no one comes out clean. Up next, we break down the most viral receipts, the tattoos, the cooking show, the fashion clones, and the moment the internet said, "This is not normal anymore." If you've ever wondered how deep stan culture really goes, this is it. Because what came next wasn't just commentary, it was evidence. Or at least that's what fans called it. They didn't just speculate. They screen recorded. They archived. They built threads and TikToks and side-by-side comparisons. They turned public behavior into private motive. And slowly, they pieced together what they called the ultimate copycat case file. Let's start with the tattoos. Selena Gomez got a delicate G behind her ear in 2015, a tribute to her younger sister, Gracie. Just days later, fans noticed Hailey Bieber debuting a near-identical G in the same spot. Coincidence? Fans didn't think so. They dug deeper. What they found next sparked even more chaos. In 2020, Selena launched Selena Plus Chef, a cooking show featuring her in a casual kitchen setting, joined virtually by friends and family, often including her nana. Just 2 years later, Hailey premiered her own YouTube cooking series, What's in My Kitchen, also featuring home kitchen setups, candid commentary, and per grandmother. It didn't stop there. Pop culture accounts like Popsa started compiling lists of Hailey and Selena's eerily similar outfits, both wearing oversized Balenciaga turtlenecks with black jeans on the same week, matching white mini dresses with high socks and white sneakers. Hailey's 2022 Grammy silk gown that looked almost identical to Selena's earlier Emmys look, same neckline, line, same vibe. And then came the interview echoes. According to a viral breakdown by EV magazine, both women in separate interviews talked about telling their story, wishing people knew their heart, body image in their 20s. And both even said Britney Spears was their first concert. Each overlap on its own might be harmless, but together? Fans began to call it digital mirroring. And the dartboard lyric? They saw that as Selena breaking the fourth wall. Then came the social media twists. Screenshots surfaced of Hailey allegedly following and then unfollowing a Selena Gomez fan account. One DM even showed Hailey messaging the page to say it was an accident. But for fans deep in Theoryland, it only added fuel. And when old tweets from 2011 to 2013 resurfaced where Hailey called Selena so cute and so freaking good looking, the internet had its plot twist. Was Hailey a fan before she was a wife? By the time the obsession theory reached full saturation, YouTube creators were dropping mini documentaries. TikTokers were posting multi-part exposes. One viral clip even claimed that Hailey had used her father's connections to get close to Justin, framing the entire marriage as the endgame of a long chase. It was part investigation, part fanfiction. But emotionally, it landed, because in a digital world where image is everything and parasocial connections feel real, these parallels didn't feel coincidental, they felt choreographed. But here's the question that no one can answer. Are these really signs of obsession? Or just what happens when two women exist in overlapping spaces, loving the same man inside the same spotlight? Up next, we zoom out because maybe this isn't just about Selena and Hailey. Maybe it's about all of us. And what stan culture is really doing to the way we see women in the public eye. At this point, it's no longer just about the song. Don't Take It Personally may have triggered the conversation, but what it unleashed is something we've seen before, and it's not just about Selena and Hailey. It's about us, the fans, the media, the internet, the way we consume stories, pick sides, and turn real people into projections of our own drama. Because when fans started compiling TikToks, dissecting outfits, and building copycat timelines, they weren't just analyzing, they were crafting a narrative. One where Selena is the soft-spoken survivor and Hailey is the calculated copy. One where every smile is fake, every post is a move, and every lyric is a clue in some invisible feud. This is the new reality of modern celebrity. It's not just about being famous anymore. It's about being decoded. And the truth? Neither Selena nor Hailey ever asked for this narrative. They've both gone out of their way to shut it down. Hailey has begged to be left alone. She's posted vulnerable videos, admitted exhaustion, and literally said, "Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else." Selena, on her end, has repeatedly told fans to stop. She's spoken about the weight of public pressure, her struggles with anxiety and depression, and how hard it is to be misunderstood by people who claim to love her. Yet despite both women calling for peace, the cycle continues. Why? Because this feud, real or imagined, has become entertainment. Theories are addictive. Deep dives go viral. And in a media economy where engagement is currency, drama sells faster than truth ever could. What we're really watching isn't just Selena versus Hailey. It's the collapse of boundaries between fan and a celebrity. The rise of parasocial intimacy where strangers feel entitled to interpret, control, and weaponize someone else's story. And the irony? The very fans accusing Hailey of being obsessed are often running entire accounts dedicated to tracking her every move, zooming in on her tattoos, analyzing her clothing, breaking down her interviews frame by frame. So who's really obsessed? In a 2025 Reddit thread, one comment nailed it. The irony of fans calling Hailey obsessed with Selena while they run full TikTok channels dissecting Hailey's body language is wild. The obsession is coming from inside the house. And that's the uncomfortable truth. We've reached a point where truth doesn't matter as much as the aesthetic of the narrative. If it feels like drama, if it looks like shade, if it fits into a storyline that gives us an emotional payoff, we'll believe it. Selena and Hailey have both moved on. One is planning a wedding. The other is embracing motherhood. And yet, we keep pulling them back into a love triangle that only exists in our heads. Maybe it's time we ask ourselves why. Why are we so invested in watching women fight? Why do we need a villain to validate the pain of our favorite? And why, when they both say there is no drama, can't we believe them? Up next, we return to Don't Take It Personally and break down what Selena actually said about the song, the final twist in the fandom's theory, and the lesson that nobody seems to be learning. Just when the internet thought it had cracked the code, when fan theories were going viral, when Twitter was filled with dartboard memes, and when Don't Take It Personally was unofficially crowned the final nail in the Jelena Hailey coffin, Selena Gomez did what she always does. She left everyone guessing. In the official album commentary, Selena finally addressed the song that had broken the internet. And what she said, it wasn't what anyone expected. This song is actually someone else's story, she began. But yes, I was the person it happened to. Wait, what? The statement felt like a contradiction wrapped in a mystery. A song she claimed wasn't based on her life, but somehow also was. A confession that denied itself in the same breath. Fans were equal parts confused, obsessed, and impressed. Was this Selena protecting her peace? Or was this her most strategic move yet? Because what she gave us wasn't clarity, it was plausible deniability. A narrative shield. Enough truth to sound authentic. Enough vagueness to keep the mystery alive. And in today's media landscape, that might be more powerful than any direct statement. Capital FM ran the headline. Selena Gomez confirms, it's not what you think, but fans weren't letting go. If anything, her comment only fueled the fire. She's deflecting. She's tired of being the villain or the victim. She's just telling the truth without naming names. She knows what she's doing, and maybe she does. Because think about it, Selena didn't post an Instagram story to explain the lyrics. She didn't go on a podcast. She didn't tweet a clarification or write a Notes app apology. She put it in the music, let it breathe, and then gave just enough commentary to keep every theory alive without confirming a thing. In doing so, she reclaimed the one thing that fame constantly tries to steal from women like her: narrative control. She didn't need to say Hailey's name. She didn't have to confirm or deny. She let the fans do what they always do: analyze, amplify, obsess. And in the meantime, Don't Take It Personally climbed the charts, took over For You pages, and became the most talked about track on the album. All because Selena gave them just enough to wonder, not enough to conclude. It's a masterclass in modern celebrity storytelling, and maybe that's the real message behind the song. Please don't take it personally. Some things are just meant to be. Maybe that's not a jab, maybe it's a sigh. A final line from someone who's been watched, judged, and compared for over a decade, and is done explaining. As the dust settles, one question remains. Was Don't Take It Personally a subtle middle finger to her past? Or was it a mirror held up to the fandom itself? Up next, we examine what this moment reveals about the emotional toll of parasocial obsession, and whether Selena and Hailey's silence might be louder than all the fan theories combined. At some point, the theories stop being fun. The edits stop feeling clever. The drama stops being entertainment. And all that's left is exhaustion. Because behind every viral lyric, every decoded tweet, every suspicious outfit overlap, there are two women who have both, at one point or another, said enough. Selena has spoken openly about it. Her battles with anxiety, depression, and the crushing pressure of being under a microscope since she was a teenager. In My Mind and Me, we watched her wrestle with the weight of her past, her image, her worth. I felt haunted by a past relationship that no one wanted to let go of. It was a powerful statement. But it was also a quiet plea. Let me live. Let me move on. Let me be a person again. And Hailey? She's no stranger to online hell either. From day one of her marriage, she's been compared, dissected, and attacked, often mercilessly. She's spoken about receiving death threats, about watching strangers twist her every move into evidence for a war she never claimed to be fighting. In March 2025, after Don't Take It Personally reignited the drama cycle, Hailey posted a TikTok where she looked directly into the camera and said, "Leave me alone. I beg of you. I'm minding my business. Be miserable somewhere else." It wasn't a PR statement. It was raw, unfiltered exhaustion. And you could feel it, because when millions of people you've never met are calling you a liar, a stalker, a villain, an imposter, even the most privileged life can start to feel like a cage. And yet, the narrative continues. The same fans who claim to be defending Selena's mental health often turn around and send hate to Hailey. And the ones claiming to support Hailey sometimes drag Selena in subtweets and snide comparisons. It's a toxic cycle of selective empathy. And no one wins, because no matter how many times Selena asks for peace, or Hailey begs for space, the internet seems unwilling to let the story end. And maybe that's the real tragedy here. Not that two women dated the same man, not that fans chose sides, but that we turned their pain into a game, that we made them characters in a plotline we kept writing long after the credits should have rolled. And now, years later, with both women living their lives, one raising a child, the other building a future, the silence they've chosen may be the loudest response of all. Maybe Don't Take It Personally wasn't meant to reignite a feud. Maybe it was a closing statement, a calm, graceful exit from a decade of being misunderstood. And maybe, just maybe, the only message left for us to hear is this: let them go. Let the narrative die. Let these women breathe. Up next, we close this story with the one thing it's never had: peace. Because sometimes the most powerful shade is healing. So here we are. After a decade of whispers, edits, deep dives, and decoded glances, after tattoos were analyzed, outfits were dissected, and lyrics were weaponized, it all comes down to this: a song, not a diss track, not a confession, just a song, soft, steady, devastating. Don't Take It Personally doesn't scream. It doesn't accuse. It doesn't even name names. But somehow it said everything, not just to Hailey, not just to Justin, but to us. Please don't take it personally. Some things are just meant to be. That's not shade. That's release, because maybe this was never about proving who won. Maybe this was about letting go of resentment, of comparison, of the decade-long narrative that's defined too many headlines and too many comment sections. Selena Gomez is not the same girl who sat beside Justin in 2011 wearing matching black at the Vanity Fair party. And Hailey Bieber is not the same teenager tweeting #JELENA is real. They've grown, they've hurt, they've healed. But the internet still hasn't. We cling to these stories like they belong to us, like they're reruns we refuse to turn off. We project our pain into their lives, our loyalty into their decisions, our fantasy into their heartbreak. But they are not characters, they're people. Living, breathing, evolving people, and maybe that's the lesson hidden in the silence. Because when Selena said the song wasn't about her, and also that it was when Hailey said, "Leave me alone," and said it again and again, they weren't being cryptic, they were being clear. This isn't about us anymore. This is about you. It's about the way we consume other people's lives, the way we choose sides in stories we don't know, the way we make peace impossible, even when the people involved are begging for it. So what if this time we listened? What if Don't Take It Personally was never meant to reignite the feud, but to bury it? What if it was never about revenge, but about freedom? What if the best thing we can do for these women is to stop writing the ending for them? Let Selena have her love story. Let Hailey have her family. Let both of them breathe without having to explain every move, every word, every flash of emotion. Let the song be enough. Because sometimes the boldest thing a woman can do isn't clap back. It's rise above. And the sharpest form of shade is peace. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you see the story differently, hit that like button. And if you're ready for more deep dives into the stories that shape pop culture, because we're not done unpacking the internet just yet.